Welcome back, beautiful souls. I'm Diane Dennis, RN, Evolutionary Nurse, where health, healing, emotional intelligence, and spiritual alignment all meet in one honest conversation. Here, we don't just treat symptoms, we transform patterns. We reclaim power and we return home to the truth of who we are. We don't need to exchange experiences. We need to change our state of being. There's nothing wrong with us. We just need to remember who we are in return. So take a breath, drop into your body, and let's begin. Quickly, I want to just remind you that my book is out. You can find it on Amazon. It's an evolutionary leap from breakup to breakthrough for the woman who wants to return to herself for her healing journey. And I'm so excited. I hope you enjoy it and learn from it. It's been about 10 years of study and learning and receiving mentors and a lot of help to be able to absorb, learn, and then return the favor by writing the book to helping you do the same. Today, I want to talk to you about how to heal your nervous system after either heartbreak or burnout. So, those of us who are overly responsible, we were trained to be people pleasers and caregivers. We probably, most of us, have a dysregulated nervous system. We don't even know it. What is a dysregulated nervous system? It's when you're in survival mode and you're in a pattern of numbness, anxiety, fear, stress, because you had to hold so much and you didn't receive the nurturing, most likely, that you needed. So we were set up from childhood for this. And it becomes our normal. And what happens? We have adrenaline spikes, we have cortisol spikes, we're tired, we're burnt out, we're not achieving or living up to our best potential because we're making choices that are from survival mode. And when we make choices from survival mode, that becomes our normal. We think surviving and being in fight or flight or survival is what is expected and what's normal. So we pick partners, bosses, jobs, careers that keep us dysregulated, having no idea that that's what's going on. So we're a setup for relational issues, poor relationships, bad partners. And I shouldn't call partners bad because really what they are is a match to our own nervous system. We're picking someone to align with us because, again, that's our normal. And what does that look like? Well, we confuse passion with chaos, but chaos feels like passion and is our normal, but it's not healthy. And we don't know the difference. So that's what we're going to learn. And when we regulate our nervous system, that won't be attractive to us anymore, and we won't attract that in. So fears are normal, anxiety is our normal, but when you heal, you work on regulation. And what does that look like? You see people more clearly. When you're in survival mode, you shut down. You're numb, you're in fight or flight, you freeze, or there's another term called fawning, which is a little different. But we do that because what's happening is our nervous system is telling us, get out, run. But instead of running, we shut down and put up with it and put up with things that we shouldn't have to put up with because we don't know the difference. And we're in the same soup as the other people we're around and surrounding ourselves with because we're on the same wavelength, so to speak. So what you're going to notice when you get out of, and I'm going to teach you some techniques to regulate your nervous system. When you have a regulated nervous system, what you realize and begin to see, you begin to observe instead of absorb. We were taught to absorb other people's feelings, to absorb their pain. And you can't really be a good observer and a good witness to what's going on because you can't even figure out what's going on for your own self. You're just in the middle of trying to put everything together, keep it together, keep yourself together, and function. So what you start to notice is you'll start to notice people's emotional immaturity. You'll start to notice people's defensiveness. You'll start to see that they're not operating from a place that's in your highest good. So that is definitely a benefit to having a regulated nervous system, because you're going to choose differently. So how do we regulate our nervous system? Meditation is number one. Deep breathing is another very effective technique, exercise to regulate your nervous system. Deep breathing, and I talked about this in the last video. Deep breathe in slowly, hold it on the count of 5, and then exhale slowly. Do that 5 to 10 times. Do it whenever you're feeling off or anxious or freeze up, and it will help to regulate your nervous system. Also, some kind of a fast, short burst of exercise, like going for a brisk walk. If you run, going for a quick run, just a quick exercise that aligns with your, mobility and ability to function on that level. So what do we do also when we're regulated? We drop the fantasy that people are going to change. How many times did you sign up for a relationship because you thought they had potential? Well, potential doesn't mean healed. Potential doesn't mean they're going to be good for you. Potential doesn't mean that their potential is going to be any more than just potential. So we drop that fantasy. We drop the fantasy that people are going to apologize to us. And we drop the fantasy that they're going to change. Nobody changes for anyone except themselves. So if that's what we choose, then that's all we're going to get, because we can't expect anything to change, right? We can't change other people. So this is a big leap. This is a big leap in your evolutionary growth to regulate your nervous system. So be consciously aware when you start to get extra tired, when you start to get, your muscles are all clenched up, your gut is in knots, your nervous system is dysregulated right then and there. And if you can pick up on it as soon as it starts to dysregulate, as soon as you start to dysregulate after you've learned how to regulate your nervous system, you're going to be able to return to safety, to feeling safe. You're going to be able to return to making good choices. You're going to be able to return to seeing things clearly and observing instead of absorbing. So that's a really, really important piece. And another thing that we need to do is, so that we don't keep carrying around this baggage, is forgive ourselves for tolerating that which we shouldn't have had to live with. Okay? Forgive yourself for not listening to your nervous system when it was screaming for you to leave. We stay, and then we compromise, and then we shut down, and then we become numb. And all the while, the relationship that we're dealing with, whether it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, a boss, a family member, all the while, the relationship is deteriorating. We're not stepping up to the plate. We're not coming to the table and saying, oh gosh, I need to talk about this, because we found out the defensiveness, the stonewalling, the gaslighting, it doesn't work. So we shut down. So forgive yourself for doing that which you were trained to do and thought was right. But now we get to do things differently. Healing looks like knowing when your body feels safe. So you're going to start to feel when you're around somebody that isn't good for you, you feel drained, you feel tired. When you're around someone where you feel safe, now you know the difference. You're starting to tune in and tap into your nervous system, which is giving you power and control over your life and the ability for you to function on a higher level than you ever dreamed of before. It's happened to me, and I cannot tell you how fabulous life can be once you master healing your nervous system. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found something helpful in this video, and I would love it if you would subscribe, hit the like button if you found something of value, and go to dianern.com where you will see articles written just for you. And you can, I hope, buy my book that will help you greatly to change generational patterns, heal childhood wounds, and live your best life. You deserve it. Until next time, see you soon.